28 points for Ewing. Now Jordan rubbing off Starks. By Childs trying to help out. And the foul called on Starks, his second. Now a timeout is being called. Oh, I hear your music again.
Here's that little pick and pop play. The Bulls sending it to the baseline. Patrick Ewing finding that little open seam right in his range for the jump shot, and the Bulls reacting too slow.
The classic moment of the NBA at 50.
Today we look back at Michael Jordan's return to the Garden after his year-and-a-half hiatus, and only his 5th game back. Jordan exploded for 55 points. He hit 21 for 37 from the floor, but in the end it was not his scoring. It was this pass to Bill Wennington that won the game. The Bulls 113-111 over the Knicks. In recognition of this classic moment, Miller Beer will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. Michael Jordan, in his 12th NBA season out of North Carolina, earlier in the year won over 25,000 career points. He accomplished that faster than any player aside from Wilt Chamberlain, and intent on leading the Bulls back here, although he went through a stretch at one point, hit only 1 of 11 from the field, got off to the fast start, slowed down, but he's picked it up, and he's gone away from the jump shot in the second half. Putting moves on Starks. And it's fielded by Starks. 3 minutes have gone by in the 4th quarter. The Knicks with a 9-point lead on Chicago.
Michael a little upset with himself, but you got to give credit to John Starks. Played Michael about as well as you can.
And Childs, who has been working his way back into it, looking a bit rusty at the start, as you might imagine, after sitting out 5 games with a sprained wrist. 83-72 Knicks. Wennington sets the pick. Here's Pippen for 3. And a number of open looks. Not able to hit. 4 of 14 from the field. Allen Houston all the way. So the Knicks have reacted well to that Chicago burst. And a timeout called by Phil Jackson. Pippen is now 1 of 7 from downtown. The Knicks lead by 13.
NBA and home of America's favorite fries. Go get 'em. By the car that makes waves, the new Eclipse from Mitsubishi, built for living. And by Miller Genuine Draft, who reminds you it's time for better beer breath.
Now Chicago going to clear the right side for Michael Jordan, and John Starks plays him about as tough as you can, doing the right thing, forcing him to his left, making him take a tough shot. And that is not a good position to be in when Michael Jordan wants to score, and Chris Childs finding a hole in the Chicago defense. And this is what you always worry about when you're playing the Bulls. How are you going to score? Well, the Knicks have found a lot of ways, and it has not been a typical Chicago defensive effort.
4 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter. Ewing with the rebound, had it knocked away, stripped by Rodman. Scottie Pippen is now 4 of 16, trying to shoot his way back into it. And here comes Starks. The Knicks with the ball. They lead by 13. They led by as many as 17. The Bulls with a rush, but the Knicks have been able to turn it on again here in the 4th. Ewing won't count, foul before the shot attempt. And that's number 6 on Luke Longley.
Well, Phil Jackson was telling us before the game his big concern was Patrick Ewing late in the game. He was hoping that he would not have enough energy. It might not matter because Patrick Ewing has done so much damage in the late 2nd quarter and the 3rd and the early part of the 4th, as Luke Longley just not able to stay with Patrick Ewing.
And for the Bulls, only their 6th disqualification on the season. 2nd time that Longley is fouled out. Ewing receiving a pretty good rest during the second quarter. Jeff Van Gundy making sure that his big man stays on the floor. He's had the energy. Patrick Ewing coming off the season high of 39 Friday night in Boston. And Robert Parrish has checked in for the first time. He'll start. So the Knicks open up a 15-point bowl. 13 for Starks. Jordan with the step going glass. Michael has 29. The Knicks lead 87-74.
And John Starks realized the mistake he made there. He let Michael beat him to his right, where he has had some success forcing him left.
Childs rebounded by Jordan. Starks went for the steal. And Jordan able to recover and hit. And the Knicks want a timeout. The Knicks lead is down to 11 with 6:47 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Sharp execution on side out of bounds. Steve Kerr getting hung up on a pick-up high as John Starks catches in rhythm and lets the jumper fly. And then here's that isolation again. Starks does a good job of pushing Michael out, but first step too quick, going to his right, and then Starks going for a steal off the dribble. Not quick enough as Michael gathers himself and drains another jump shot.
New York, 6:47 to go in the fourth quarter. Chicago with 3 timeouts, 3 full and a 20. Knicks have 3 left. Patrick Ewing looking to get the crowd going. Coming into today's game, Chicago with the #1 record in the league at 53-7, followed by the Knicks at 46-16. The Knicks a half game in front of Detroit, and now a full game over Miami. Miami losing earlier to the hot Charlotte Hornets. Here's Ewing spinning. Looked like Rodman got a piece of it. Rodman coming over to help. Michael Jordan putting moves on John Starks. And rebounded by Buck Williams. Houston for 3. Well, Allen Houston on the floor in the fourth quarter, which has not always been the case. John Starks has been the man in the fourth quarter, but Jeff Van Gundy going with Starks and Houston and Childs in a 3-guard setup. Lucky foul on Starks.
The Knicks coming down on offense. Patrick Ewing coming out high to set a pick for Chris Childs, and he just levels Scottie Pippen, who had his teeth rattled on the play. But you can see Allen Houston on this play. He gathered himself, got his legs into the shot, and drained it. And Allen Houston's in that position where he has to show Jeff Van Gundy a reason why he should play him. And right now I think Jeff feels comfortable with the matchup. Houston on Pippen, who has not been shooting well.
Now he's missed his last 7 shots. Crowd looking for a double dribble. Jordan with the shot clock rolling down. And the foul. Well, the 43-year-old Robert Parrish able to get to that rebound on a box out. And he was hit by Charles Oakley. Well, NBC tonight, all new, all night, starting with an all-new Third Rock. And the return of Boston Common and the world premiere thriller Murder Live on NBC tonight. Robert Parrish will shoot a pair, playing only his 32nd game of the season. And at the foul line, now only 10 of 18. 21st year in the league. Signed as a free agent back in September. Robert Parrish seeing some playing time because Luke Longley fouled out. Bill Wennington in foul trouble. 5.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Knicks 90, the Bulls 78.
I think Phil Jackson would hope that Parrish could play Ewing some one-on-one so they wouldn't leave open shooters like that.
And a loose ball foul.